Today we're going to be checking out a slide puzzle game. Now, as a child, I remember them as little square things with little tiles you pushed around that would probably give you like 5 minutes of enjoyment tops. And I've seen plenty of these slide puzzles implemented in games as like a mini challenge to get past some room and some point and click adventure. But this is just a slide puzzle game, and I know that sounds boring, and it really actually is. However, I don't know, it gets a little spicy, so maybe stick around and watch. So the name of the game is Tile, but we don't get a title screen or anything, just this nice little start button. There is music and clicking noises, however, we ain't got that here because I don't want to get spanked for copyright stuff. So I have already played the first level before I started recording, and then I realized, oh, better start recording. So that was level 1 again, and now I'm doing level 2. You can see that the ramp up is pretty slow. We start with a 3x3, which is either called an 8 puzzle because there's 8 tiles, or a 9 puzzle because there's 9 spaces. This one is a little trickier here. Gotta actually think about it. They've all been very few moves, but just staring at it just a little bit, you can see it was actually quite easy. So it is ramping up kinda a little bit, but still, whoa! Well, that actually wasn't that hard, never mind. So now we're at 4x4, which makes it a 15 puzzle, or some people call it a 16 puzzle. And I actually didn't know that. I just always thought these were called slide puzzles, but apparently there's a whole big 15 puzzle scene out there, and I bet they were really excited to see that there was this 15 puzzle on Steam. This is a little tricky here, I guess, because we just got so many gosh darn numbers and we gotta put them in the correct order. And there you go. Alright, so it was a little easier than I thought, and this one was super easy. Okay, well, what do we got here? Geez, this is a whole pickle. And it does take a little while for me to solve this one. I'm gonna use the video speed up feature just to get through it a little faster, but I do manage to figure this one out. This is probably going to be a little painful if you're a slide puzzle enthusiast, and aren't we all, because it seems like I'm making great progress, and then suddenly I hit a wall. And eventually, after spending way too much time doing this, I looked at the comments on the Steam store, and some people were complaining that this, Puzzle 11, is actually not solvable, and that's when I got a little confused because I thought that all slide puzzles are possible. You got that hole there and you can move stuff around. Well, it turns out you can have an unsolvable slide puzzle. And I guess we're gonna have to talk about some math. So this is the spiciness here. So I started looking around on the internet. I found a few pages that had 15 puzzle solvers, and I tried putting in my grid and solving it, and they were either incapable of doing it or wouldn't even allow me to put the puzzle in. So then I looked up what's the deal? How do I tell if this is solvable? And I found some algorithms. I found this geeksforgeeks.org, and it gave some simple rules, and I checked and it seemed like it wasn't solvable by the rules they said there, and the Steam comments also said they were not solvable, but there was also a C++ program to check, so I put that into my Microsoft Visual Studio and plugged in my numbers, and that ended up saying it wasn't solvable either. So that's pretty crummy. We had a lot of really easy puzzles, and then suddenly an unsolvable puzzle. But wait, there's more. It turns out if you just browse to the game files and go here, you can open this file up and just change it to level 12, and then you can play level 12. I was quite suspicious that there might be an unsolvable puzzle in the rest of the game, so I ended up checking the rest of them. There is actually only 15 puzzles in the entire game, but I can tell you only puzzle 11 is unsolvable. However, I didn't actually feel like solving any of the other puzzles after finding out that the 11th puzzle was unsolvable, because I felt a little betrayed. It probably has something to do with spending 10 minutes trying to solve a puzzle which was impossible to solve, so congratulations to them for making me do that. However, this really did turn out to be a pretty crappy game.